Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 2020 holiday celebration. We understand that there's some members that are still trying to log on, so we're going to give them a couple of minutes, and then we're going to come back to you live. So we'll be back here at 10:05. We'll see you then.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's 10:05, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Hello and welcome, everyone, to the 2020 RAPV holiday celebration and installation of our 2021 officers and directors. I'm Brendan Bailey, your RAPV CEO, and we hope everyone is well and staying well as we enter into the holiday season. As a reminder, before we get started, all attendees are muted to avoid background noise, and for better speed and streaming, close any unnecessary browsers and windows on your computer. Now it's my pleasure to introduce you to today's presenters and get the program started. First is Elias Acuna, our 2020 president-elect. And second, I will be kicking it over to Sue Drum, our 2020 president. Sue, over to you.
Thanks so much, Brendan, and welcome everyone to our first and hopefully last having to have to do this virtually holiday celebration. This year certainly has been challenging to say the least, but we do have so much to be thankful for and so much to celebrate. So we have a pretty robust agenda for today, and we hope you enjoy the time that we're going to spend together. We will continue this year our annual tradition of collecting toys for our local shelters and adoptive families. Now, normally, I'm sure some of you have seen lots of posts about this. We will be collecting those at the holiday luncheon. So we're going to ask if you do have any of those donations that you would still like to give, that you get those over to RAPV today, hopefully by the end of the day today, so that we can do some toy sorting tomorrow. And when you go to the holiday luncheon, normally our scholarship committee is there and they're selling raffle tickets to their lottery trees or whatever prizes they're giving away that year. And that's where they make the bulk of their funds for giving out scholarships. So scholarship still does need donations. So if you feel so inclined, we ask that you still consider mailing in a donation specifically to the scholarship committee so that they can continue to award those wonderful prizes that they give out every year. So that being said, I'm going to give you some of the highlights that we have today. What we're going to do is we're going to recognize our committee chairs for their dedication throughout the year. We're also going to honor our members for their continuous years of service. Announce the Realtor and the Affiliate of the Year. How exciting is that? Can't wait to hear who they are. And install our incoming leadership team. And then finally, we have our keynote speaker, someone who I think you're all going to really enjoy, Dr. Steve Sobel. So that being said, let's get things started. So sponsoring today's event and the keynote speaker is People's Bank. We can't thank them enough for always being there to help support our events. To say a few words before we begin our program, please welcome Jim Sherbo, Senior Vice President of Consumer Lending. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Sue. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. On
Good
behalf
morning.
of all of us, good morning. On behalf of all of us at People's Bank, I'd like to welcome all of you to our annual holiday celebration. I want to thank you all for your support this year. All of us at People's Bank are proud to be part of this great organization and to be able to help you with all the great work that you do every day. In the midst of all this stress and anxiety that we've experienced this year, it's easy to lose track of all the good work that we do and the impact it has on our customers, but this is the season to certainly stop and focus on that. I also want to thank Sue and her leadership team and Brendan and his team for all the great work they've done this year, successfully facing challenges no other team has ever had to face, securing the pandemic unemployment insurance, payroll paycheck protection program, establishing real estate as an essential service. So for that, we're grateful to both of you for all of that. I also want to congratulate your new leadership team coming in. They're going to be able to see firsthand what a great organization this really is and the difference and impact they'll be able to make in the year to come. So with that, I know we have a busy agenda. I'll end by saying that all of us at People's Bank wish you and your families a very happy and safe holiday season.
Thank you so much, Jim, for all those kind words. We are so glad to have you as a partner with our association. Thank you for your support.
You're welcome.
All right, we're going to move on to our committee chair recognition. Our association would not thrive without the hard work and dedication of all of our committees. So we would like to thank our chairs and our co-chairs for leading our committees to achieving the goals for the time and dedication they've given, despite those many obstacles that we've all faced this year. They still did some wonderful things. So we would like to thank Michelle Stegall from Property One, our chair of our affiliate Realtor Committee, our Communications Committee Chair, Cheryl Melandrinos from Real Living Realty Professionals, as well as our co-chair, Sharon Jones from Executive Real Estate. For the Finance Committee, Sean Bowman from Trademark Real Estate, who served as our treasurer this year. Grievance Committee, we have Sue Rayum from Landmark Realtors and Vinnie Walsh from Coldwell Banker Realty. Professional Development, Kelly Page, Trademark Real Estate. Scholarship, Sean Bowman from Trademark Real Estate. Our Building Committee, Pat Nolan from Real Living Realty Professionals. Community service, we have a chair, Jen Tatro from Real Living Realty Professionals, and a co-chair, Kristen Gravanis from Westfield Bank. Our education fair and expo, April West from DeLapp Real Estate and Jared Sundberg from People's Bank. Government affairs, Peter Raffini from Remax Connections. Member engagement, Kelly Page from Trademark Real Estate. Professional standards, Janice Fitzpatrick from Jones Group Realty. And our YPN committee, Arlene Castellano from Maria Acuna Real Estate. Thank you to all of you for leading our committees, and please look for a small token of our appreciation in the mail. So, I would also like to thank our 2020 Board of Directors for their service and their dedication. Myself, as your president this year, President-elect Elias Acuna, Treasurer Sean Bowman, Secretary Cheryl Melandrinos, immediate past President Kelly Bowman, and our directors, Arlene Castellano, Lori Chase, Peter Davies, Janice Fitzpatrick, Sarah Gasparini, Lucy Jagir, Sharon Jones, and Clinton Stone. Thank you again for really all that you have done this past year. We have faced many, many challenges, and we all work together as a team. Well done, all of you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we're going to move on now to our years of service. Now, all of us that have been in the business know what milestones these are, and everyone deserves the recognition. We have close to 200 members receiving pins this year. As much as we would like to name them all, doing so on a web call just seemed a little bit overwhelming. So please take a moment to look at the PowerPoint of scrolling names and congratulate your colleagues who have dedicated 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and can you even believe it, 50 years of continued service. Wow. We will do a special tribute to those who have 50 years because let's be honest, that's quite a milestone. I would like to go back in time and read a few fun facts for you about what was going on when they first joined the association. So as you're looking through these names, let's have a little bit of fun. So 10 years ago, 2010, it sounds like it was a long time ago, the Instagram app became available and the iPad was released. There was a late night feud between Jay Leno and David Letterman. I remember that well. All right, so our 15 years of service. 15 years ago, YouTube was founded. And boy, I think a lot of us use that nowadays, don't we? And the top song was We Belong Together by Mariah Carey. 15 years. Congratulations, everyone. Look at all these names. This is wonderful.
Sue, where were you 15 years ago?
15 years ago, where was I? Probably pregnant and just starting out in my training to become a realtor. So 20 years, the year 2000. Remember that year that everyone thought when, New Year's Eve hit, oh my gosh, everything's gonna crash because it's the end of the century? Well, Sony was still producing the cassette Walkman until the end of 2000. Guilty as charged, had one. And a price of a gallon of gas was $1.56. 25 years ago, in the year 1995, the top 3 TV shows America were watching were ER, Seinfeld, and Friends. I think Friends has really made a comeback this year. And the top quote in 1995, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Congratulations to our 25s. Going on to 30 years ago in 1990, the price of a loaf of bread was 70 cents. And the most popular quote, I've fallen and can't get up. Wow. 35 years, 1985. Popular TV shows are Family Ties and Murder, She Wrote. And the price of a postage stamp was 22 cents. Well, I'd like to see that go back to 22 cents now, wouldn't you? 35 years. 40 years. In 1980, the federal minimum wage was just $3.10 an hour. Wow, we've come a long way. The top quote was, "Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?" And JR was shot on the TV show Dallas. 40 years. Congratulations, everyone. 45 years. Norman Story. 1975, the blockbuster movie Jaws was released. Bic created the first disposable razor. And the top TV shows were The $6 Million Man and The Jeffersons. Popular fashion for men was the leisure suit. And for women, plaid bell bottoms. Well, speaking for anybody else, but I'm sure glad that those aren't around anymore. And finally, congratulations to our 50-year Realtor members. And here's some fun facts for you. 50 years ago, the cost of a new house was $23,450 on average. Wow. A gallon of gas was 36 cents. And the Beatles officially broke up. And ironically, Tab Soda was created and ironically being discontinued this year. So 50 years, had a good long life there. All right, so our 50-year of service Realtor awards are Betsy Egan from the Jones Group Realtors. Congratulations, Betsy. What an accomplishment. Elizabeth Grimaldi, Grimaldi and Burzak Realtors. Congratulations, Betty. Paul Sears, Sears Real Estate. And John Skibisky from Skibisky Real Estate. And John sent in a few words for us to share for him today. And this is what he says. It appears that I presently hold the oldest active real estate broker's license in Massachusetts. Much has changed. I can recall a closing attorney holding up the closing, refusing to have the deed signed with a ballpoint pen, as he claimed it was illegal. A courier was sent for his fountain pen, and the process was then satisfactorily completed. My current project is to save from destruction a documented Native American site of habitation in Northampton, estimated at 8,000 to 10,000 years old. A preservation effort to benefit Native Americans and the general public. Looking forward to 2021. Congratulations, John. Those are wonderful words. Congratulations and thank you all for your service to the Realtor family and for your dedication to our industry. Wonderful accomplishments for everyone. We would also like to recognize our affiliate members with the years of service. Please note their dedication as it scrolls on the screen. Congratulations to all of you. And again, thank you for all of your service to the Realtor family and dedication to the industry. Your pins and certificates will be available for you to pick up at your offices in the next couple of days, or will be mailed directly to you. Okay, so be on the lookout for those. All right, so look at this, 40 years, Fran Merkin, wow. Congratulations, all of you. So, is everyone ready? Because up next is our Affiliate of the Year announcement and our Realtor of the Year announcement. I would like to ask our 2019 Affiliate of the Year, Michael Gove of Gove Law Offices, to join us on the screen to do the honor of presenting our 2020 Affiliate of the Year. Welcome, Michael. I think you're on mute.
Thank you, Sue. Good morning, everybody.
Can't hear you, Michael.
I do not believe I'm on mute. Everybody
Hmm,
Hear me?
can't hear
Michael,
you.
unfortunately, we can sort of hear you. It sounds like you might be having a little bit of internet connection, or if this was the holiday party, it might be at the bar.
So good morning, everybody. As you affiliate of the highest form
Okay,
of
we can't hear you.
recognition, so
All right, what we're gonna do, see, it's live, so we have to adjust accordingly. So what we'll do is I will, hopefully Michael will come back, but in the meantime, I will just take over for him. The Affiliate of the Year Award is the highest form of recognition the association can bestow on an affiliate member. It is given based on affiliate membership activities related to the association, community service in activities outside the association, and business activity. This year's nominees are Charlene Coretta from Munson Savings Bank, Kristen Gravanis from Westfield Bank, Victor Rodriguez Sr. from People's Bank, and Michelle Welch from Embrace Home Loans. So is Michael coming back or no? No, Sue, you want me to keep going?
You're doing great. Keep on going.
Okay. I don't want to steal Michael's thunder, but we have to keep rolling here. So although a difficult choice, as they have all demonstrated a tremendous amount of support to the Realtor Association and community outreach, this person continues to go above and beyond by not only volunteering in RAPV's community service efforts through fundraising, shelter support, taking the lead in supporting Shriners Hospital Blanket Project, but is also heavily involved with the revitalized CDC, always volunteering to help rebuild for those less fortunate. Women Business Owners Alliance, volunteering at the food pantries and homeless shelters, just to name a few. This year's 2020 Affiliate of the Year is Michelle Welch from Embrace Home Loans. Congratulations, Michelle, much deserved honor. We thank you for your commitment and congratulations. Your certificate and plaque will find its way to you. So that being said, now it's time to move on to our Realtor of the Year, and I'd like to ask Cheryl Melandrinos, our 2019 Realtor of the Year, to present this year's Realtor of the Year. Welcome, Cheryl.
Hey, everybody. The Realtor of the Year Award is the highest form of recognition the association can bestow upon a Realtor member. It is given to a member based on association activity, community activity outside of the association, and business activity. This year's nominees are Christine Aubrey from Colville Banker Community Realtors, Lori Beth Chase from Lair Realty Partners, Kelly Page, Trademark Real Estate, Peter Raffini, Remax Connections, and Michelle Stegall from Property One. Congratulations to all this year's nominees. They worked hard to support our association while remaining active in the industry and supporting their communities. This year's winner supported the association by volunteering and chairing several committees throughout the year, not only for the RAPV, but on a state level. Here are just a few things they dedicated their time to this year. They supported our community service efforts by attending either in-person or virtual events. They helped with a blanket making drive to benefit Shriners Hospital, trained new members during orientations, achieved the C2EX, and earned the CRB designation. And the 2020 Realtor of the Year is Kelly Page. Congratulations, Kelly. Thanks for all you do for us.
Congratulations, Kelly. Congratulations to both of you. We are so honored to have you as part of our association, and thank you for your dedication. Appreciate it. We know that you've both worked really hard to achieve that recognition. So, moving on to our installation of our 2021 leadership team. It's my pleasure to introduce the directors. We have Arlene Castellano from Maria Acuna Real Estate, Peter Davies from Borowski Real Estate, Janice Fitzpatrick from the Jones Group, Lucy Jagier from Landmark Realtors, Sharon Jones from Executive Real Estate, Peter Raffini from Remax Connections, Michelle Stegall from Property One, Clinton Stone from Property One. And here are your officers. Mr. President Elias Acuna, President-elect Cheryl Melandrinos, Treasurer Lori Chase, Secretary Sean Bowman, and myself as your immediate past president. As our guest of honor, your 2020 president of the, At this time, I would like to welcome Maria Acuna from Maria Acuna Real Estate to install our 2021 officers and directors. Welcome, Maria. You're on mute, Maria. Unmute.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
All right. Hola, everybody.
Sorry.
Hola.
Hola. Before I pass the mic to Maria, we want to recognize and thank our past presidents who are on the call today. Normally, we would have you come to the front of the room for the ceremonial passing of the gavel, but unfortunately, for obvious reasons, this won't be possible. We thank you for your dedicated service during your presidency and your continued commitment to the association and the real estate industry we all serve. So off to you, Maria.
Again, hola, everybody. And welcome to this special day. First, I want to thank our association for your dedication, support, and for all the resources given to us so that we could stay safe and continue doing business during this challenging year. I imagine today different. I imagine an evening, of celebration, me jumping out of my seat, yelling, "Wepa!" when they called your name, ending the night dancing to some Latin music and shaking our maracas with Elias's face on it. I am grateful that we are all here safe, able to virtually celebrate. And what I have, and that I have the honor to swear you in as president of our association. Sorry. Elias, your dad and I cannot express how proud we are of you. I remember when I first asked you to do real estate, and your response was, "I'd rather deliver pizza." You decided, or rather I convinced you to try it. And yes, you got hooked. Here we are years later. You, Elias, are delivering much more than pizza. You're delivering excellence. You're delivering the American dream. You are also the first Latino to become president of our association. Your community, family, and friends are very proud of you, especially the Latino community. I asked our agents to give me one comment about you. They responded, "Elias is reliable, dependable, knowledgeable, universal, he can do it all, helpful, an expert, passionate, a mentor, valuable, an educator, honest, a leader, leads by example, respectful, inspiring, humble, and last, he changed my life." And to us, you are the greatest son a mom and a dad could ever ask for. Thank you, Elias, for being you. May God continue to bless you in your new adventure. Te queremos mucho y Dios te bendiga. And now to begin. Sorry, I got a little emotional there.
Okay.
To all of you in the leadership position that you are about to assume, You are entering a new adventure of service. You are expanding your role from one of private citizen to one of public servant. You are identified as officers and directors of your local association, dedicated to the best interests of the public, the real estate industry, and to the welfare of the members of the Realtor Association of Pioneer Valley. As leaders, you are considered the individuals who are knowledgeable about the challenges of our industry. Therefore, a greater responsibility rests upon you. During the coming year, you will be identified as official representatives of our association by the business community and by the members. In accepting a leadership position, you dedicate yourselves to work for the welfare of your fellow realtors and the Pioneer Valley community. In the coming year, you will enjoy many new and lasting friendships and will experience personal satisfaction that comes only through service, cooperation, and selfish interest on behalf of others. By showing all these qualities worthy of leading the association, you will have advanced the term realtor in the minds of others. Your rewards will be great, but leaders know the balance of family, business, and association. Nurture all three, and you will have a great year. Now for the oath of office. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment, in conformity with the policies and bylaws of the Realtor Association of Pioneer Valley? That you will observe and enforce the Code of Ethics and uphold and support the Massachusetts Association of Realtors, National Association of Realtors, as well as supporting the Massachusetts Board of Registration in its enforcement of the license law. That all your acts will be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and will you endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of the Commonwealth, the high purpose of your association, and the welfare of its membership? If so, please answer, I do.
I
By
do.
virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim each of you to be duly installed to the office to which you have been elected. Congratulations to you all. Felicidades.
Congratulations, everyone. Congratulations. Well, Elias, I now pass this gavel to your capable hands, and with it, the leadership of the association.
I think they were surprised.
Congratulations, Elias.
Bye.
To you.
There we go.
So mom and dad, you are needing to mute yourselves. So that was wonderful, actually. Definitely not what I imagined, in years past, in terms of how we'd actually be doing this. So there might be some pictures that come up. I'm not really sure. That way you don't have to just stare at me this whole time here. So I figured it'd be nice to just kind of tell you guys about me. Actually, I got my daughter's with me right now watching this. Grew up in Springfield. My mom actually did the daycare for like 15 years while I was growing up, and my dad was a firefighter, so I never had trouble, finding someone to play with or worried about the house burning down. Actually, one of the photos that might pop up in here is for me when I was a kid. You'll see some photos of me and my wife, my kids there as well. My wife, actually, we met in high school, and we've been together for a pretty long time. One of the photos here, we're actually 19 years old in the picture. So it's been a long time together. And, in this business, it's definitely one of those things where it's up and down. And so she's seen all the ups, she's seen all the downs. And, I'm definitely lucky to have her, have her in my life. My 3 kids, Bella, it's actually her birthday today. She turns 11. My son Elias is 9. See a lot of myself in him. And this is my youngest, Osea Lily, say hi. Hi. So she actually has more personality than anybody I know of in the world. I'm actually really happy to have them, or very lucky to have them all my life. So, as my mom said, she had gotten her license and convinced me to kind of do this. I did not want to do real estate in the beginning, but I've become addicted. I'm a realtor, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else, other than helping people buy and sell homes. And actually, hold on real quick. It's my wife, April, over here. So normally you all would be meeting the whole family tonight, but obviously we're doing this a little bit differently. So, I do want to thank, the board, Sue especially, for taking us through this year. Through all these years, I've had some pretty good mentors in the association, and it's been kind of my schooling, my education is to be part of something bigger, and the association has provided that to me. And I'm very grateful to that, and I'm really grateful that the association has put me in a position where they feel confidence in me to kind of take us on to the next step, take us on to the future. This year obviously was crazy. We had a lot of stuff thrown at us, but we've become very adaptable over the years, and again, especially with the current leadership, Sue, Brent, and again the whole board. I think we've got the right team. We've had the right team past, and hopefully we'll continue to do the right things. I'm not really sure what else there is to say. I was really hoping that we'd be getting together, obviously doing this for so long, 15, 16 years of holiday luncheons, and then to not have it this year. I really miss everybody, hopefully next year we'll be able to have the opportunity to get together in some sort of fashion where we can enjoy each other's company. So that's pretty much what I have to say. So thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, Mom and Dad, again for the wonderful speech.
That was wonderful. Wonderful words. Congratulations, Elias. Much deserved. We look forward to your leadership. Thank you, Maria. You did a beautiful job doing our installation, and we appreciate you very much. Before I forget, it's not in our script, and I wonder why, right? I'm going to go off script for a second here, and I just want to personally thank our RAPV staff. They worked tirelessly to put together this presentation and this virtual celebration. I know it looks like a PowerPoint to all of you, but it was a lot of work and a lot of trial runs, and they hit it out of the park. So thank you for everything that you have done to support us. So next up is our keynote speaker, Dr. Steve Sobel, with his motivational and inspirational presentation. And introducing today's speaker is I'm sorry, now I'm all tongue-tied because you said such nice things, Elias. I can't talk anymore. Introducing today's speaker, Dr. Sobel, is our sponsor, Jim Sherbo from People's Bank. Welcome back, Jim.
Thanks. Hi again, everyone. Elias, congratulations. Everybody at People's Bank couldn't be happier for you. Congratulations. It's my pleasure to introduce your keynote speaker today, Dr. Steve Sobel. Steve's a nationally known motivational speaker, educator, life success coach, and author who has addressed many groups in this area on the topics of the power of laughter, passion, and having a daily positive approach to life's inevitable challenges. He teaches at the college level, my alma mater, Western New England College. I can't say WinU, unfortunately, and at the Elms. He's done many national appearances, including one at the University of Notre Dame that actually received national acclaim. He is also the head coach of the Springfield Slam, a top men's summer pro-am basketball team, which has sent several players to the NBA. He's working on his next book entitled "You Can't Make This Up." He stands by his long-standing credo, which states that boring presentations are truly a slow form of torture. And after speaking to him for a few minutes a couple weeks ago, I can attest that he won't be boring today. So after you hear him talk, you can plan to be happy, to laugh more often, and be more inspired about all of the great work that you all do every day. So with that, I'd like to introduce Dr. Steve Sobel.
He's on mute.
I have a great helper here, Laura. So let me start over again, and it's very easy to say this. It is unbelievable to be here today. I know many of you. In fact, I'm sitting here today and my mind and heart is reverberating with joy, with gratitude. Congratulations to Kelly Page. Now, I may be wrong, Kelly, but I think I've known you a long time ago, in a very professional context, of course. And then I see a name. And in my mind, he never ages. And I think he tried to sell me, or he did sell me, my first house in Longmeadow. That's Roger Trombley. If you're out there, Roger, I love you. I remember how you treated me. You were a model for realtors. You were a real person and an incredible professional. So hello to you. God bless you. Glad you're healthy enough to join us today. People's Bank, not by coincidence, but maybe. Been my bank for over 25 years. Joe Labello was the first to sponsor my Little League basketball team, my Little League baseball team in Longmeadow. And I still have my accounts with People's Bank. So you do a great job. And even though I live in Connecticut now, and I know you have some branches, I live in Lower Connecticut, but I've elected to keep you on because of the people at People's Bank. Also, Charlie Ryder and the legend. She's a legend, Denise DeCellier. Always looking at you as a great person and a business model. And I'm also here today, and I have a full heart today. My daughter just got married. My daughter, Nicole, just got married. Longmeadow High School graduate. She's 31, 32 years old, one of those things. And people ask me, she's living apart from you now, as is your son in Boston. How do you deal with that? And the message is memories are very important. And if I ask the question, how many of you have kids that you know about? I hope a lot of hands go up, because kids teach us to laugh. In fact, there are studies where kids laugh 216 times a day, not always at the right thing. But no matter what the times are, no matter what the difficulties are, they're spontaneous in their laughter, and they don't let the times or challenges rob us of that. And I know that's easy to say in the crazy, tumultuous times we live in. So how do I connect with my daughter? And you can find your own ways. Well, I have one of those old phones. It's in my pocket. I won't take it out because I want to maintain eye contact with you today. But memories are very important. And I have a text that Nicole sent me when she was 17 years of age, and I still keep it. Now, I don't know if you have that type of text. The text says, "Dear Dad, I love you." That's nice. Second part, did you make the deposit? So I think some of you might relate to that text. And today is about deposit. What do you deposit every day you wake up in the morning? In fact, the first thing, no matter what the times are, and I fully respect what your families and you might be going through, unbeknownst to me. Please don't let tired beat you. I tell my basketball players that. Be in shape mentally before you're in shape physically. So the real question is, how many of you, when you wake up in the morning, count backwards? And I know you do it, to see how many hours sleep you got, to see how tired you really should be. So please don't be unexhausted. Now, I'm not asking you to jump out of bed like a jack-in-the-box, but to understand that the first thing on your mind has got to be, and it's related to humor, it's related to life, it's related to peace, it's related to achievement, is the word gratitude. Be happy for the little things. Be happy for the people around you. If not, change the people that give you, as I call, your home court advantage. Understand that you are here today in the present. In fact, the greatest book I ever read is called The Precious Present by Dr. Johnson. I read it to my team during halftime, and it's about really being in the now. Really being in the now as best you can. This isn't some far Eastern voodoo magic. You don't need any medication to listen to what I'm doing. But to understand the present really enhances your relationships. It helps you see the humor in everything you do. It helps you see a little levity in everything you do. Many of us are working remotely. In our profession with real estate, we mix it up a little. So whatever you do, you have to make the deposit every day of a daily positive attitude. You got to remind yourself that people are going to overreact, especially with the stresses in their life. And many of us know some innately difficult people anyway. Please don't take the bait. Take that deep breath. Read a little joke book. Think of a funny story. Think of the warmth of family. Think of something positive. Because here's the truth. Here today, gone tomorrow. And I'm an optimist. I'm an optimist. And the government has just come out with different ages pegged to your health, which should be uplifting to you. You got a lot of living to do, most of us. Age 45 to 60 shall now be thought of as middle age. 60 to 75, older adult. 75 to 90, elderly. 90 and above, old age. And can you imagine having the mindset to match your age of the great cello player? My son is a cello player, so I'm in tune. Great cello player, Pablo Casals, who's asked the question, Mr. Casals, why do you still keep practicing? You're already the world's greatest cello player. And I love his answer. His answer is, I think I'm beginning to see progress. So no matter how successful you are in your world of real estate, there's always room for growth. You can only get better. And I think the people who last in this profession understand that selling a house is not selling a house. Selling a house is selling a dream. Selling a house is selling something very, very special to a family or an individual. A house, a home, whether it's rent or buy, is still the most special gift you can do. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be anything else. I love realtors. I sold my house in Longmeadow. I shouldn't say that. I didn't sell it. I had a great realtor who I think belongs to your organization. And she sold the house and she persevered and she put up with my never-ending questions. And then I said to myself, you know, I never quite, to the extent I wanted to, ask her how her day was going. She was magic. She probably had 6, 7 appointments that day, but every time on the phone or in person in those days, it wasn't too long ago. The world has changed. I would ask her how your day is, and she would talk to me a little. She wouldn't rush me, as if I was the only person that mattered, if that was her only solo appointment. So be quick, but don't hurry. Spend time, look me in the eye. Tell me it's glad to see me, and vice versa for your real estate professional. Because there's no profession in the world where people walk faster. People walk faster, get the signs up, and there's a closing and this and that. And then she came to my attorney's office. She didn't have to, but she did. And we had a personal relationship as well as a professional relationship. And the personal relationship was built on kindness. There was some jokes, there was some humor, there was some ridiculousness. I remember walking in one day and I told her a story. I had my glasses on my head, simple stuff. Stuff happens to you. And I woke up in the morning and I made people miserable because I'm blaming people wearing my glasses. They were already on my head. And then I took some of my own advice, especially in these times. And I came up from Connecticut today, a 2-hour drive to see you. I was singing in the car. I was singing my favorite song. I have it on a CD, Duke of Earl. I put my nose on the highway, and there was some traffic, as you know, coming from Connecticut through Springfield, even though the report is no traffic. And I put my nose on and a miracle happened on 91. The traffic let me right on through. So what happens is you change your perspective by nourishing your mindset every single day. And I've been chosen on this day, December 9th, to address you in the middle or the end of a pandemic. And my approach is the same. If I can influence you to have a better day, a better week, a better month, a better year, a better life, I will have done my job. And the word giving is very important because when you give to others with a daily positive attitude, a daily positive approach, it's really saying to others, it's going to be all right. Things are going to work out. And if you're around too many negative people, and the negativity can be boundary spanning about anything, remember that's going to be a toxic environment. And if you don't know a negative person, let me define it. The type of person that simply by leaving the room brightens up. I know if I asked you, how many of you know a negative person? It's that. You can't eliminate all of them, but you can spend less time with them. because what they do is they rob you of your greatest asset, your mind. And you don't have an infinite, I'll show you the studies, an infinite amount of mental energy. So concentrate on your family, concentrate on your kids if you have them, concentrate on what you have to do today. And while you take one day at a time, the plan advice, and I know this darn well, is you're still planning for the future. But don't throw that casting rod out there as if you're fishing too far out. Fish, think, love close to shore, as well as casting out for the future. And what I've also designed for you today is I have a few examples of little things while in the present tense to make you laugh. And by when you laugh, I'm making you healthier. Your respiration, your heart rate, your smile. I turned 69 years of age, for those of you wondering. Gee, I heard him 20, 25 years ago. He kind of looks the same. Now, I think I look the same because of genetics, which loads the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. That's only figurative language. But the fact that I like to put laughter in my life, not as a comedian, but as being able to laugh at myself and not take everything so seriously. Here's a few things on family. And for those of you that know me in different types of contexts, I'm a former award-winning principal and special education director, spent a lot of time around kids. And now I look back and I said, you know what? As much as I drank every morsel being around kids, and I ran the model school in Massachusetts for the most seriously disturbed kids, I wish I would have had more time. Now, there are very few instances where I say, I wish I had more time. I make that time. I don't look at the clock. I don't wear a watch. I'm only going to guess when I've spoken enough today. If you want more of me today, contact the realtor's office. You can get in touch with me. And by the way, I'd be remiss. I'm practicing fancy words. My book, The Good Times Handbook, Your Guide to Positive Living and Exciting Life, still available for gifts. Great uplift, great illustrations. Contact Laura. She's now kind of a friend of mine in the office. She'll tell you how to get in touch with me for that and anything else you need me for. But here's some things for you. And I have a little notebook that I read out of. And I'll pull the car over. I have stopped texting while I'm driving. Let's be honest with each other, okay? Because it's not worth it. I've kind of had a better attitude about stopping some things and creating some new habits. On education, here's one. Well, let's look around to different things. And if you want some of these little ditties, all right, you can contact me. I'll send you different sheets of paper. I'm reading off some of my notes that I selected for you today. Even you, Roger, you need to laugh a little more. A teacher was trying to impress the first grade pupils that good penmanship was important. Remember, the teacher said, if you don't learn to sign your name, you'll have to pay cash for everything when you grow up. So that's one of them. Another one. At age 4, children know all the questions. And at age 14, they know all the answers. So for those of you that have young children as well as adolescents where the behavior is about as predictable as throwing Jell-O on a wall and wondering where it's going to land, God bless all of you. And by the way, the journey goes fast. They're 2 today, 12 the next day, 22, 32, and hopefully you're at the celebrations of their life. And they can celebrate your life with you. There are some other ones here that I have. Talking about education, teacher wrote this to students. I know when you're texting in class, seriously, no one just looks down at their crotch and laughs seriously. Your teacher. And I think that's a great one. There's another one that I like, and I'll read that to you. And that is, you grow up the day you have your first real laugh. And for those of you that want to have some role models in terms of laughter, based on scientific studies in life, all right? George Burns, who wrote the book, the great comedian, now passed away, passed into the great beyond, The First 100 Years. You grow up the day you have your first real laugh at yourself. That was by Ethel Barrymore, an actress. Laughter is a tranquilizer with no side effects. And that tranquilizer effect should not be taken too lightly because there's actually physiological changes in your body. And when you laugh, some marvelous things happen. Your whole body moves better. You have less gas. You're going to feel better. You're going to end up at CVS less. See, this is a great presentation because I'm going to help you with your life. Upon accepting an award, Jack Benny, and I've selected about 3 people. I watch their reruns. One of them is Jack Benny. Jack Benny once remarked, "I really don't deserve this, but I have arthritis and I don't deserve that either." I can't help laughing about that. So as you go through your days, think about the positive thoughts, the positive people. If you want to, think of your last sales transaction. And you know what? I'm going to say something to you that may make you think. I hope you sell a lot of real estate. Let me say it again. I hope you sell a lot of real estate. But the real value is starting that race. Not everything ends up in a transaction. Not everything's solidified. Not everything ends up in the goal. But you can never learn less about yourself or about the profession by trying. I tell my basketball players, many of whom in the NBA, some from Springfield, one of the things I tell them is, you have to try. I cannot teach effort. I'd like you to last in that profession. I was just listening, and I don't remember the gentleman's name. He's talking about his 3 kids and supporting his family. He didn't say it in those words. But you can never learn less. You always learn something for the next transaction, for the next person. Your network is your net worth. That's from my business teachings. I've been a professor of business for quite a while, local colleges. Your network is your net worth. And never be afraid to stop the car and say, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to break some bread. I'm just going to stop in. Thought I'd see you. Sometimes the last transaction or the last conversation of the day is the best conversation of the day. It may illuminate you. And never forget the people who got you where you are today. Maybe it's time at this holiday time to not only send a thank you card, but how about a thank you phone call? How about staying off of the social media, except go to the old media, the phone call. Just wanted to say I'm thinking about you. Do those things that nourish your spirit. And by now, maybe you're saying, gee, what's his philosophy of life? Does he get down? I get down, but I get down less. If it's 10 minutes and there's a real problem with my kids, my family, my finances, all the things that you have, I have great resilience. I want you to know resilience is a very important word. And that I get down maybe for 5 minutes instead of 10 minutes. I almost have a timer, the get down timer. I'm not going to do that. And I still get in front of my mirror, for those that know me, in my early seminars. And I actually sold a shirt. And I look in the mirror, in the vestibule, wherever you are, before you leave the house, apartment, condo, wherever you are. And I say, there ain't nobody, smile a little, not a lot, gonna ruin my day. Because you are the architects of your day. You're the architects of greatness. You're the architects of your legacy. And go out and buy yourself, as well as you're getting gifts for other people. Great. Unbelievable. I saw these toys over here. I guess they're collecting toys for kids, but those should be toys for adults. Here's a couple of books to read and reread. Some of my favorites to uplift your spirit, give you a little laugh, give you a little chuckle. Tuesdays with Maury. Absolutely a present to yourself. The second book I already said to you is The Precious Present by Dr. Johnson. Mitch Albom, who is one of my favorite authors who wrote Tuesdays with Maury, has written some other books, The 5 People You'll Meet in Heaven. I read the comic strips. I read Dilbert. I read it religiously. I look at the papers before I read about all the people in the hospital, all the things going on, regardless of the pandemic or not. I turn to the funny pages. Now, I don't laugh until I cry, but I get enough of a chuckle to understand that laughter is really called internal jogging. I can feel myself be feeling better inside. And by the way, I didn't invent that phrase. That's by the great Norman Cousins from the Saturday Evening Post many years ago. He called laughter internal jogging. And when he had an illness, let me say this to you, I hope I have time. Whether it was tumors, whether it was cancer, we don't make light of those things. I speak to a lot of cancer survivor groups, and I don't make light of them. In fact, they bring me in to lighten them up. I don't know why they pay me, but maybe I do something significant. And Norman Cousins called it internal jogging. And he said, I was on a lot of morphine, I was on a lot of other drugs, but when I laughed, It completely helped me. He watched Three Stooges videos. You want to have a trivia contest at the office or somebody online right now? Ask them who the Three Stooges are. And if they don't know that right away, they got a lot of work to do. You need to know who the Three Stooges are. So when we talk about taking yourself lightly, we're really talking about taking your life seriously, because it helps clear up all the scatter, all the tension, everything else that goes on with all the pressures and all the responsibilities. And you know what? You can look at your responsibilities as gratitude, as a blessing, pressure as a blessing. It helps you get better. Or you can belabor, why me? And please don't ask, why me? Right? There's a plan out there. Many are called, but few are chosen. You've been chosen for this profession. You've been chosen for your life. Now, I'm part comedian, part humorist, part motivational speaker, part pastor, part rabbi. Whatever it is, I want to be real with you all the time, as a lot of the kids say. I'll be real, coach. And the realness is, you've made me happy by helping me move on in my life, by helping me sell my house. In the year 2000, I bought that house. I raised 2 kids in that house. That house was a blessing. I called it the castle. I remember cooking dinner for the kids in the kitchen. Lousy cook, but I could still make ravioli and pour sauce over it and tell them it was some type of fancy dish. And they kind of believe that there's an age that they believe everything you say. So use that and understand that things are going to change along the way. A couple of other things I have here for you, and this is available to you. I wrote this a long time ago when my business used to be called the New England Institute for Stress Management. I changed the name. I just did Dr. Steve Sobel, speaker extraordinaire, motivational speaker, because this is sound like an institutional setting, New England Institute. I'm in there, they're not going to let me out, you know, kind of like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, okay, with Jack Nicholson. Let me read these to you very slowly, and I read these with love. And by now you know my philosophy I was going to tell you before. Maybe it's part of yours, maybe I can learn from you. Let me hear from you again. Let me reconnect with you today. My life is for laughing when I can, living fully, and loving. And that means not only people, but pursuits. Because I don't want you to look back in 5 years and say, gee, I could have done this a little better. I should have taken a different risk. I should have taken another course. I should have gone back to school. Do it while you're healthy. Your health is a gift. And if you don't take time at a personal level, nutritionally, spiritually, exercise-wise, whatever the traditional and non-traditional, yoga, great stuff, all right? If you don't take time for health now, you will take time for sickness later. There are no guarantees, but roll the dice and roll them in your favor and bet on yourself. Don't bet on the person next to you, no matter how close they are. Bet on yourself to do those things. And sometimes when you chase your dreams, a little inspiration for you, not everybody close to you can come along. Sometimes you got to make an independent decision. And I also believe I have some things in my pocket here that might be valuable to you. Sometimes when you make your own decisions, sometimes you'll listen to what people say, but you're not going to always personalize it, especially when they're surprised or tell you what you can't do or shouldn't do. This is a Q-tip. Very, very good. This is another Q-tip. Maybe you should carry 2 of them. And to me, Q-tip stands for, it's one of the best personal gifts to enhance your relationships. Quit taking it personally. Not a lot of people, contrary to your thought, are up at night plotting and planning to piss you off. They didn't create a path for misery. So put those people aside and walk the walk and talk the talk. Do the best you can. Fake it if you have to make it. Smile if you don't feel like it. Do some things that are extraordinary. I'm in a toll booth the other day, and it was one of the few remaining cash ones, and there was somebody in back of me. And I'm not saying spend a lot of money. I don't know why I felt good for days. Maybe it was one of these acts of random kindness, you know, those type of things, where I paid for the toll. And the person actually tracked me down. They weren't in law enforcement, by my license plate, and actually sent me a thank you note. They did it very, very quickly. And I've done that a few times. Thank you for thinking of me. It's been a hard day. And if I could soften their day like that, what can you do to other people. And let me also give you a little bit of scholarly advice in the real estate profession. And I've spoken to many of your offices. There was a woman out in Westfield, very kind, beautiful woman, beautiful inside, beautiful outside. Kathy Witalitz, I think that's still your name in Westfield. Well, I'm waving to you because you were one of the first that gave me my start. You kind of recommended me as a speaker. And then there was a real estate firm in Westfield. I actually forget the name of the firm. I came into their office and Ted was the guy's first. Take this out. And we did something for his office. His office is doing well. Read about me in Business West. They did an article. I was fortunate. And we uplifted their staff with humor, with team building, and then a little scholarly advice. So if I said to you, what are the 3 service factors that people will judge you, no matter how many awards you get as a real estate professional, these have not changed. Reliability, responsiveness, get back to me. When you say you're going to get back to me, that's the most important. And assurance that I'm doing the right thing, because many people who are selling and buying their houses, it may be a one-stop thing in their life, especially those people that are downsizing. It was emotional selling the house, but my real estate professional realized that and told me it's hard, told me I can do it, told me to do it one step at a time. So no matter how mature you are, how wise you are, how old you think you are, you can still be the best sales professional ever. And the third one is, again, assurance. Letting people know they're doing the right things. And those magic words, it's going to be all right. So as I close, I don't know how much time I have, but I got to read a few things. This is available to you. Contact Laura, I'll send you a copy, whatever. What I have found out about life by Dr. Steve Sobel. I wrote these many years ago. They still stand true. Not everything goes according to plan. And I won't stop and enunciate and talk about every one of those. There's just not enough time. And by the way, with time, ruthless with time, gracious with people. That if problems don't exist, there would be less room for opportunities. I'm trying to pause to get you to think a little. That good friends are incredibly important. They can be annoying, but they can be important too. That just a few unkind or critical words can cause a huge amount of damage. And I'm always fond of saying to people, words are like toothpaste. Once you squeeze them out, you can't put them back in. So think about your words, develop your own filter. That a good tasting vanilla ice cream is better than all those fancy flavors. That's a bias. That being nice really does not cost much money. As I said, memories are important. Frustration seems to build over a period of time. Recognize that or you will be a wreck. That being tolerant is really a great source of strength and it's a well-developed skill. That you need to embrace life each day with no excuses. That it's important to continually see the big picture. That it's okay to show pictures of parents to your friends. That it's okay not to do all things well. And is that it is important to remind yourself that you are here for a reason. So how are we doing on time, Laura? I still have a little bit of time left. I'm done? Okay. Let me close with, and I hope to hear from you, a quote by Mother Teresa, in case you're wondering why you are where you are. She said, I know God will not give me anything I can't handle. I just wish she didn't trust me so much. So with love and gratitude to you all, stay the course, stay the plan, be the best you can be, and make life work for yourself. Take charge. God bless. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Sobel, for those wonderful words of encouragement and the humor. We all certainly need it this time of year. So that is almost bringing us to the conclusion of our virtual celebration today. But I want to just take another moment here and thank all of you, especially staff, for everything they've done this year to continue to serve our members. Without their dedication and their ability to pivot at any given moment, we would not be where we are right now. So this is my last formal meeting as your president. And I want to just take a moment and thank each and every one of you for allowing me the honor and the privilege to serve you. It's a wonderful association that all of you know I support 110%. I'm excited for the new leadership that's coming in and everything they're going to bring to the table. So as a parting gift for you, because we can't get together in person, I wanted to share with you a little special gift. My daughter Abby is going to sing a holiday song for you, and she's being accompanied by Dan Kane. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you back here as soon as it's over. So we cut off at the end there, but she wishes everyone a happy holidays. Is anyone else going to join me back on here? There you are, Brendan. I was feeling a little lonely there for a second.
Nope, right here.
Right there. Well, that wraps up our virtual holiday celebration. We hope and pray that everyone will be able to get together with those loved ones soon. We hope that you stay healthy, stay well, enjoy your time this season as best as we all can. And we look forward to 2021. So we're going to wrap it up. Congratulations to all of our award winners. And we thank you for coming. And happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, Sue.
Welcome. Thank you, Brendan. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.